if we forget COVID-19 for a minute, which I think everyone is past
Yeah.
past due on that one. Overall, just production. Like, what would be, before everything happened? What's the latest and greatest from a overall production standpoint that you are seeing there?
Yeah. So one thing that we were really working on coming out of the fall and into this winter before the virus really started was focusing on farrowing rate in sow farms. Uh, one thing that we maybe used to do a little bit better job at that we weren't doing today was focusing on, like, for a 2,500, we want 115 sows to farrow every week.
Mm-hmm.
And um, so we actually had some really great success with that. We had farms get behind that. That's a really simple concept. It's like, okay, it takes a little bit to plan for, right? We have 4 months to work on that, but there's ways of whether that be pulling animals out of pen gestation earlier so they don't lose a litter, whether that be focusing on animal condition more, whether that be focusing on even just the breeding process more. But we were having really good success with that and still are today. We're sitting at some of our best farrowing rates that we've been at in a while. Maybe it's not the best time for that, but it's one goal that we had. We're obviously still battling the sow mortality issue. That's still something that is big, and one that our system is more than half pen gestation now. So we're well on our way to being fully penned and for sow gestation. And I think we're just learning. We're continuing to learn what best housing scenario might continue. I think there's a correlation there in terms of farrowing rate and being able to keep sows bred in a scenario where in pen gestation, and that's something we've got to keep learning, got to keep working on. On the nursery finishing side, it's just continuing to, maybe our mortality ticked up a little bit more than what it had been in the past. It wouldn't have been unheard of for us to be sitting at 1% nursery mortality. Maybe that creeped up 0.5% or so over the last few years. Some of that may be due to lower wean age and maybe some other relatively minor health issues. So we've just been continuing to work on that. And, we've got some cool trial work going, some nursery and finishing studies going to continue working on the nutrition front. I guess for those that don't know me, I guess that's one of the areas that I help manage for the business and is a really exciting area to be a part of. Marcio, this, but when I first came back to our business, almost 5 years ago now, we were kind of looking for something. I came back in the business, I worked in different areas, but long term I was like, okay, how do I add value to what we already have? And that's where I ended up finding a lot of value and feeling like I was able to contribute, was helping improve the area of nutrition. And then over time, those areas of nutrition and production management kind of continue to coincide together. And it's been a fun area to be involved with. But